Hey guys, so this is Morgan James here. Just wanted to talk a little bit um, to everyone that's on my uh, subscribers list and everyone else that's watching my videos and whatnot. Just a little bit about my journey, you know. Fact of the matter is, my journey with martial arts hasn't exactly been as linear as other martial arts like YouTubers or just other uh like martial artists in general. Um, Started with American Kenpo Karate under Sensei Roy McDonald of the JKKA, Jersey Kenpo Karate Association, and since then it's been a case of dipping in and out and in and out, in and out, and after I have to move away from Jersey, which I was born there, but I mean, I am as Scottish as they come. My family is Scottish, like through and through. And so I came home, and I was still looking for some sort of training, but I didn't have any motivation when I was younger, and I got it. I got in better shape than like what I am now. Um, that didn't really last long, and it should have done. It in hindsight, it should have lasted a ton longer than it did. And I was still training martial arts in and out, but it wasn't at the same level or standard, So I got very like disillusioned, you know, which again I shouldn't have done, but I did. Since then, it's been I when I first came home, it was Muay Thai and like mixed martial arts under an old friend of mine and a coach. Uh, my old mate Danny. Don't know where he is, you know, but he taught me a lot, and I was a very angry kid back then. So him training me as best he could is what helped me sort of get on a path to get away from that. And it took me so long to do that, you know, really did. Don't know why it did, but it did. And I kept trying these different things, these different styles, Wing Chun or um, I went to like Jeet Do the first time, which is what I'm doing now currently. I was 16. I was, naive. So I thought, oh, a couple lessons and, that's me knowing everything. And then I gave up on it the first time. And ironically enough, it was under the same teacher that I'm under now, Mike Kraus, who's now training me now, who's getting me up to my red belt, hopefully in a couple of months from now. Trained with him for a year. I've barely missed any classes now under him. I've learned so much already in a year and a half compared to then. I did Taekwondo for about 6 months, just under a year. When I was younger, I did Shotokan karate, bit of like Kyokushin, but the way that it was taught, it still wasn't at the same standard. So I lost interest in those as well. And then I got really overweight, and that lasted for about like a decade. You know, just this. I mean, I was just an overweight slob, and I hated it. But it's like I was like stuck in like a pit, so I wasn't doing anything to get out of it. And I think now Um, I'm, as the kids say, locked in, but I've no intention of going back to that person that I used to be because I was angry, I was overweight, I was still aggressive, I was hostile to everybody, and I mean, hell, I want to get into stunt work, at some point, you know. Granted enough, in hindsight, I wish I started when I was 16, 17, 18, but you know, I don't think I would have been able to appreciate what I was being taught if I had started back then. Whereas now I'm able to. So stunt work, but at some point later years, hopefully be a instructor myself. Teach people just you know how to defend themselves, but also to not make the same mistakes that I made. You know, and I can only hope to be a example. Both to the person that I used to be. The kid that was messed with in school or wherever else, and was too too angry, but too also scared to really try and do anything about it. The person I am now is the person that I wish I you know that I, is the person I wish that would have taught me back then, or protected me back then. Even I know sounds a bit stupid me saying that, but that's just how I feel about it. Um, but over the next couple decades of my life, I hope to learn more arts, more styles, more moves, more skills. Add that to my YouTube, add that to my journey itself. Not just for the body anymore; it's also for the mind, which is what I've needed this entire time. And hope that folk can understand, me a bit better. There's so much more that I would need to talk about. Um, but this is the start of a vlog series on my journey into martial arts. So, thank you.